What's up, everybody? Let me make sure I'll set up the camera angle while people join. And I would set it around on the other side, the other direction, so that the quality is better. And I may end up doing that. I make it face my way so that I can see what the angle is. And then if the angle's good, I might flip it around, which would be a bit sharper. I may need to move this further back. This is a Bikram inspired Vinyasa fusion. Okay. Right. So this can make that facing up, maybe more, even further back. I also want to make sure that you can hear everything I say. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I was going to live stream it from the computer, which would have slightly better audio. Uh, but, so let me make sure. Go ahead and comment that you can hear me while I'm here, while I'm down here, while I'm giving instructions here. Is it clear that you can hear everything I'm saying? I would rather spend an extra minute here in the beginning to set it up well than, it end up not being the best quality. So let me see, show messages. Yeah. Yeah, so if the sound quality is good, then we'll begin. I'll give it a couple of minutes for people to join. And obviously, if I come up close to the camera and I start to talk, you'll be able to hear. So I want somebody to comment that when I'm back here and I'm talking at this volume, that it is audible, that you can hear that. Meanwhile, while you comment for that, this sequence, there's a lot in Hatha Yoga, and we don't want to cover everything. In time, with iterations, you'll pick up the techniques. There's one in particular technique, two techniques that I'm inviting you to maybe integrate this as part of like the theme of this practice. What is this practice is the Bikram sequence. And despite any controversy or anything about Bikram, the sequence has obviously, evidently helped many, 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 many more people than you or I. And so that's powerful, that's profound. I found some challenges with the sequence, especially dealing with the temperature and the travel time and the duration, that you should be able to practice and get the benefits, extract the benefits of such a sequence in less time, without the travel and without the heat. The heat is a crutch. It's very potent and it can strengthen you, but at some point you must be able to feel your range of motion and be comfortable in all of the things that you can articulate your body to do without the need for the temperature. What will happen is you'll achieve a level of mobility and whatever physical achievements in the hot room, and then you'll try to do that out of the hot room and you may hurt yourself or you become discouraged because you don't have that mobility. It's important. Cold yoga, as Tony Sanchez says, once you master the hot, you must master the cold. Now, this isn't very cold. It's like 60 degrees here in Houston, room temperature. I have practiced down in the 30s and the 40s outside. You just put on gloves because the fingers get really cold. And so what we're going to do here, two things I want you to maybe keep in mind. Think about keeping in mind. First is I'm not going to give too many instructions on breathing, but I want you to think about maybe breathe less. You don't need to breathe as much as you think you do in the yoga practice. At some point, you may feel the urge to inhale, then you need to breathe, But if you're not feeling that urge, flirt with the lower end of breathing, and you'll find a much bigger sense of balance at the end of class. And primarily, this is how I teach, is more the words to guide you into your own experience, that the techniques are very reproducible. I'll show you some interesting moves right now, that a lot of which I pick up from Simon Borg-Olivia in his Yoga Synergy method, and then a lot of I've studied with many teachers. And the movements are easy to copy, and if it's easy to copy, it's cheap. That's why it's on YouTube right now. Which this is a donation video because I need a certain level of subscribers to be charging for ads, but I don't want to run ads because that's like going into your mind. So if this class that I'm about to do, 45 minutes, is valuable to you, then consider donating. The link is below. So if it's easy to copy, then it's not of high value. So look for and listen to the things that I say and do that are not easy to copy. And that's where your focus ought to be. The movements, you just watch the video 6-7 times, you'll get every movement I teach, and then you can make a YouTube video. And so it's not that valuable. It's the unseen things that are valuable. The breath is unseen. Taper it down. You don't need to breathe as much as you think. Second thing, and of course there's lots of emphasis to put on. If you're interested in more, the Silent Flute is my online training program. I go way deep into this stuff. But this one tip, when you turn your head, the side that you're turning to, like here I'm turning to the left, lift that ear and tuck the chin. Very safe for the neck. Because the side you turn to, it collapses those vertebra on that side. So when you turn or when you do a twist, which we'll do just a handful of twists in this class, when you twist, lift the near side ear, the side you're twisting to, and gently tuck the chin. It will look slightly peculiar, like it'll kind of look like I'm turning like that, but that keeps length on the side of the neck that you're closing. And the whole yoga, the Hatha yoga, it's for your spine. It's not for your hips and your shoulders. It is for those things in as much as they relate to your spine. The practice is for your spine. The neck is part of the spine. So really, the breath and contemplate the spine. And without further ado, I don't see comments, so let's get started. So I hope you still hear me good. I will project as much as it seems necessary. So begin with just a couple of words to think about what your intention is. Just a few words to describe kind of what you'd like to get out of this class or what you're going for. Good. We'll start with a very familiar movement. Interlace the fingers, hands under the chin, elbows together. As you lift the elbows, pull the air in. As you exhale, take the chin back, resist the chin into the fingers. It doesn't need to be big and forceful. Breathe in, push the chin down against the fingers. Breathe out, take the head back. Continue to push the fingers into the chin. Lift the elbows high. Go on your own rhythm. Really follow the eyes. Where the eyes go is very important. Explore the end range of your optical field. As you lower the chin, look down. As you raise the chin, look back and up. Breathe in and out the nose or the mouth. It doesn't need to be so strict. Contemplate your spine and explore your range of motion here. We're oxygenating the body by taking deep breaths here. That alkalizes the system, which lowers the viscosity of your synovial fluid. What that means is when you breathe a lot, your joints become more flexible. One more big in breath. Big out breath. At the end of your out breath, stick out your tongue and pull it back in, back to neutral. That helps stimulate glands in the head. Interlace the hands together. Invert the wrists, arms go up. Take another breath in, come to the tippy toes. Ankles together, outer edges of the feet up. Lower the heels, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, push the arms forward. Breathe in, lift the heels, bend the knees, go as low as comfortable. Breathe in, take the shins forward, heels down, interlace the hands behind the back, puff the chest. Stay here or bend the knees more and lift the heels. Breathe in, heels down, shins forward, stand. Take an extra breath while I move this computer here. Interlace the fingers, inhale, arms go up. Look to the right side, bend to the right. We'll do an extra breath here. Soft toes. Breathe in, back to neutral. Look to the left, breathe out, side bend to the left. Think about breathing less. Breathe in, back to neutral. Breathe out, twist to the right, look to the right, lift the right ear. Breathe into neutral. Straight arms, breathe out, twist to the left. Breathe into neutral. Breathe out, lower the arms. We'll do another set of variants that will help with your half moon pose. Also, a lot of times I break the class by talking. I do this intentionally so that you can catch your breathing. Is your breathing too heavy or not? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Palms together. Swivel the right hand under. Swivel under. Arms go up. Heels up. Heels down. Swivel the left hand under and take the arms forward. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Breathe in, heels go up, bend the knees as much as comfortable. Breathe in, stand. Hands behind the back, interlace the hands. Breathe in, puff the chest. And breathe in, bend the knees, maybe lift the heels, go as low as comfortable. Breathe in, stand. Palms together, swivel the right hand under, arms go up. Look to the right side, bend. Breathe in, back to neutral. Swivel the hands, left hand under, arms go up. And side bend to the left, look to the left. Breathe into the middle. Hands down. Back of the hands together, breathe in, arms go up. And breathe out, hands to the ground. Wrap the arms around the calves. You don't need to go low. If you want to go around the heels like the Bikram style, that's okay. I bend the knees so my chest is on the thighs. Take a few breaths here. Look down the cheekbones towards your belly. Drop the tongue. Hands on the ground by the feet. Breathe in, take the left leg back. Breathe out, head towards the knee. Breathe in, arms up to a warrior lunge. On your next in-breath, lean forward so the left leg can come forward and over top the right. Right arm over top, left leg over top. Eagle pose. If you can't double right, just single crossed. Gaze beyond the arms. Breathe easy. Drop the tongue. Breathe in, send the left leg back and up to warrior one again. Breathe out, hands to the ground, step back, lower to low push-up, or stay in plank. Breathe in, upward facing. Breathe out, everybody downward facing dog. Take a long breath here. Breathe in, hop or step your feet forward, look forward. Breathe out, fold, look towards your belly. Breathe in, take the right leg back to a high lunge. Breathe out, head towards the ear. Breathe in, arms up, warrior lunge. Breathe in, lean forward, back leg comes up, cross it over the right, left arm over right, right leg over left. Soft gaze. You can bend the knee, the standing knee, as much as you'd like. I like to stay up taller. It's about the spine. What's the spine doing? Breathe in, sends the right leg back to a high lunge. Breathe out, go through the vinyasa or stay in high plank and meet us in down dog. Let your eyes explore the end range of your optical field. In down dog, gaze towards your navel. Breathe in, hop or step your feet forward. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, back up the hands together, stand. Breathe out, hands down. So there's a familiar order to the Bikram sequence that, I've already bastardized tremendously, but I'll deviate a little bit here to warm up our hamstrings before we go into a standing head to knee. Breathe in, take the left leg back and come to Vinyasa style triangle, hand to the ankle. And keep the left hand on the hip or maybe take it to the sky. Spread the mat with your feet. Turn the right shoulder in. Turn the chest. Bend the right knee. Take the right elbow on top of the right thigh, or if you want to reach for the ground, that's okay. Left arm straight overhead or keep it on the hip. Here the head is turned, so lift the left ear, tuck the chin as you gaze to the top hand. Breathe out, hands to the ground. Turn the back heel up and breathe into a high lunge. Breathe in again, lean forward. Take the left knee towards the chest or keep it on the ground. Lower it down. Breathe in, right leg back to a vinyasa style triangle. Hand on the ankle, turn the left shoulder in to help twist the chest. Right hand to the hip or sky. Spread the mat with your feet. Gently pull the armpits down and forward. Soft eyes, drop the tongue. Breathe out, bend the left knee, and take the left hand to the ground or elbow onto the knee, palm face up. Right hand to the hip or over the head. Turn the head, lift the right ear, tuck the chin, gaze to the top hand. Soft breathing. Breathe out, hands to the ground, turn the back heel up. Breathe in, high lunge. Breathe in, lean forward, and take the right heel or right knee to the chest. And keep the foot on the ground. Excellent. Hands to prayer. Step the left leg back about a meter. Fold about a third to halfway. Stay here or reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the ground. Bend the front knee as much as you need for the chest to touch the thigh. Look towards the toes or tuck the head. Spread the mat with your feet. Lift the outer edge of the front foot. Lengthen your spine. Bend the front knee, look forward, hands by the hips, palm face back to a flying warrior. Straighten the standing leg, bring the knee towards the chest. Hands to prayer, right leg back about a meter, fold a third to halfway, maybe take the arms overhead. Breathe out, hands to mat. Spread the mat with your feet. Pull the armpits down and forward. Lift the outer edge of the front foot. Long spine. Drop the tongue. Look forward, breathe in, bend the front knee. Come to flying warrior. The more you bend the standing leg, the easier it is to balance. Breathe in, straighten the standing leg. Breathe out, knee to chest. Or the foot can always stay on the ground on those knee to chest movements. Excellent. We'll do one more out of sequence, and then we'll do all of your favorite Bikram standing poses. Breathe in, open to the left, into a goddess or a horse stance. Arms out to the side, fingers face down. Breathe in, lift the heels, or keep the heels on the ground if you desire. Breathe out, lower the heels. Turn the wrists in. Stay here or lift the heels. Lower the heels. Fingertips towards the shoulders. Breathe out, side bend, push the arms away. Breathe in, back to neutral. Fingertips reach toward the shoulders. Breathe out, side bend, other way. Breathe in, back to neutral. Breathe out, twist to the right, but look forward. Breathe in, arms to neutral, fingertips reach to the shoulders. Breathe out, twist to the left, but look forward. Breathe in, hands, fingertips reach to the shoulders. Breathe out, hands to the ankles, pivot on the heels. Breathe in, lean the chest forward. Breathe out. Pull with the biceps, the top of the head towards the ground. Spread the mat with your heels, squeeze the mat with the balls of your feet. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, hands to the ground, pivot on the balls of the feet up to the horse stance. Breathe in, feet together. Now for your favorite moves, the standing head to knee. We'll start on, everyone's familiar with the right side, so we'll start on the right side. I am not concerned with the standing leg being locked. Not at all. Not in the least. It can be bent. Lift the right leg. Maybe this is your standing head to knee. Just hold the leg up. Try to use as little bit of arm as possible. Otherwise, you can grab the heel. Again, maybe you just stand here. You can play with straightening the standing leg, but I keep a bend. Maybe straighten the leg out. You can even stand higher with it, or bring the head towards the shin. Take an extra breath here. Wherever you are, breathe in, stand tall, fingers face down, keep the heels up. Breathe in, swing the leg all the way back and kick it into a standing bow. Bend the standing leg, turn the right shoulder out, the right hip in. Soft gaze, long neck. With control, release the ankle and come to balancing stick or warrior three. Breathe in, swing the leg back and forward, and bring the leg either to the half lotus or to the tree pose. Stay in tree, or if you're in half lotus, breathe out, fold, hands to the ground, come to toe stand. Breathe out, hands to the ground, come to the tippy toe, almost like you were going to do a press handstand. Lower the heel, long spine. Tuck the tailbone, bend the standing knee, come up. Straighten the leg out for a breath. And lower it down. So that's an intense sequence you may need to watch again, but we'll try the other side. Bend the right leg, lift the left leg. Maybe you hug the knee in. Maybe you reach for the heel. You can stay in any of these positions. Maybe I just stay here. Or if you'd like to try to straighten the leg, you can lift it up tall, stay here. Or if you'd like to try to go for parallel, that's more for the nerve. You're tensioning the sciatic nerve as you do this movement. Breathe in, straighten the spine, and keep the leg up, fingers face down. On the next in-breath, swing the leg back and come to standing bow pulling posture. Turn the left shoulder out, turn the left hip in. Pull the armpits down, raise the palate, drop the tongue, smile. Gently release the leg, come to warrior three or balancing stick. Breathe in, swing the leg forward and up to tree pose or half lotus. Stay in tree or in half lotus or lower down to the toe stand. Press the hands into the ground, straighten the standing leg, come to the ball of the right foot like you were pressing to a handstand. Lower the heel, straight the spine, look forward. Bend the standing knee, stand tall, breathe in. Kick the left leg out and lower the leg. There are movements we can do, for example, wind relieving pose or shavasana on the ground. We're going to do wind relieving while standing, and we're skipping shavasanas. The shavasanas are to reset your nervous system to parasympathetic, meaning rest and digest. You should be achieving this throughout the practice, that we don't need a shavasana in the middle of poses to do this. Just breathe less. Breathing more triggers fight or flight. Breathing less triggers rest and digest. Flirt with the bottom edge of how much you need to breathe. Lean to the left, lift the right leg. Maybe hug the knee in, like wind relieving pose. You can interlace the fingers if you'd like. For my more bendy people, maybe you can grab the heel and bind the arm around the leg. Wherever you are, lean back with it. Soft face, gentle smile. With control, release the leg so it stays up and lift the arms. And lower the arms and the leg. Lean on the right leg, breathe in, lift the left leg, hug it in, lean back slightly, pull the leg in. If you did the bind on the first side, maybe try for the bind on the second side. Raise the palate, drop the tongue. Super soft eyes. With control, release the leg, keep it up, and then raise the arms. Breathe out, lower the arms. Step the feet wider than hip width, toes point out. Breathe in, invert the wrists up. Breathe out, come down to a squat. Shoulders in front of the knees. Maybe this is as far as you go. The wider your feet, the more you turn the feet out, the easier to drop the heels. Or you can wrap the arms around the shins and step the heels onto the hands. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, tuck the chin. Here, you can hold the out breath for a moment and pull the belly in. Release, take an in breath. Release the hands, plant the hands for the crow pose. Any variation of crow. If you're not familiar with crow, you just take the knees to the back of the arms, pour weight into the hands, look forward, and just feel the feet get light. Maybe the feet come up. Step the feet back and lower down to the belly. Separate the feet, hip width, point the toes, lift the knees, tuck the tailbone, push the feet down, hands by the hips, curl the wrists up, tuck the chin and lift the chest. Deep breath. Arms forward to the cobra pose. Pull the chest forward and up. Soft face. Lift the arms. Maybe lift the legs too. Drop the tongue. Breathe out, reach back for the top of the right foot. Breathe out, reach back for the outside of the left foot, so it's a half bow, half frog. With control, release the legs, arms forward, legs back. Breathe out, grab the top of the left foot with the left hand. On the next out breath, reach back for the right foot. Half bow, half frog. Push the left foot down and the left knee down. Turn the right shoulder out. With control, release. Take the arms forward, legs back. Take a breath. Breathe out, grab the outer ankles and kick into the hands. Balance between the hips and the navel. Look to the top of your optical range. Smile. Turn the shoulders out more. Lower down. Push the feet into the ground so the knees lift, tuck the tailbone, hover the hands, take a breath. Breathe into up dog. Breathe out, down dog. Breathe into a high plank, breathe out lower to the belly. Because everyone I know loves the locust pose, we'll do an easy variation. Palms face down, and bend the knees, squeeze the knees towards each other. Push into the palms to try to lift the legs off the ground. Three more breaths. Lower down. Point the feet, lift to up dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, step forward to the knees, and sit on the heels. This is fixed firm. Maybe you stay here, or if you'd like to try to sit between the ankles, as long as it's comfortable, that's okay. Stay here, or maybe think about pressing your thumbs into the root of the heels, kind of the pad, on the inside of the foot arch. Below the heel, but inside on the medial foot arch. Stay here, or maybe you'd like to try to lower back. In Bikram, they cross their arms like such. I just keep my hands straight and push the top of the hands into the ground. Gaze towards your sternum. Or stay in any of the beginning variations. Push the back of the head into the ground and tuck the chin towards your throat. Breathe out, hands to the heels, elbows to the ground. Breathe in, symmetrically come up. Come off the heels, legs together. This is the part where they do the turtle pose, or the half tortoise. What we're going to do is a dolphin pose. So come to your down dog. This is a slight spinal extension and a traction of the spine. Engage your hip flexors. Pull the feet towards your face and your face towards your feet. Stay here if you'd like to try the dolphin. Lower both elbows to the ground. Pull the head towards the feet. Pull the armpits to the knees. Push the elbows away from the shoulders. Drop the tongue. If you can, on an in-breath, try to come back to both hands at the same time. Breathe in, come forward onto the knees. So we'll add a gate pose before we do the camel. We're winding down, we have like a few poses left. We'll take the left leg to the side, toes face forward, left hand to the left knee, right arm to the sky. Tuck the tailbone, breathe in. Breathe out, little side bend. Pull the armpits away from the ears. Drop the throat. Tuck the tailbone. Back to neutral. Right leg out to the side, toes face forward, right hand to right knee, left arm up, tuck the tailbone, breathe in. Breathe out, side bend. Tune into what your spine is doing. Tune into how you're breathing. Are you breathing a little bit or a lot? Is it calm and relaxed? Cold, hot yoga. Breathe in, come back to neutral. We'll do the camel pose. Lots of variations. The wider the knees, the easier to go back, but that's a bit more difficult to keep a healthy alignment in the bones. So in general, I like my shins parallel, hands to the hips. Tremendously tuck the tailbone first. That's the start. Is tuck the tailbone. It should feel quite awkward how much you tuck it. Then lift the heart, the front of the sternum up. Keep tucking the tailbone and lift the front of the sternum up. As long as you keep those two, you should be okay. Lean back enough so the tops of the feet push into the ground. Use your eyes, gaze to the top of your eyes. Come back to neutral. We'll do a second set. That was the first one that's like supported camel. So do the supported variation or the full variation, grab the heels. Again, start with tuck tailbone, lift the heart, breathe in, breathe out, maybe go for the heels. Take an extra breath here. Breathe in, push into the feet to come up. Breathe out, sit on the heels. The rabbit pose is next. Grab the heels. Breathe in, lift the sternum. Breathe out, round tremendously. Keep rounding as you breathe out. Look inwards towards your cheekbones. If the head doesn't touch the knees, that's okay. The head goes to the top of the ground, and lift the hips as you hold the heels. If you can't reach the heels, you just grab the ankles. It's okay to put a little bit of weight on the head. That's okay. Drop the tongue, raise the palate. If anything hurts, you stop. If you are the senior authority for your body, lower the hips to the heels, breathe in, sit up. Good. Breathe out, cross the ankles, sit back on the butt. and lower down to the back. Plant the feet, lift the hips, raise the arms and the shoulders off the ground, keep the back of the neck on the ground. Breathe out, interlace the hands under the butt, scoop the shoulder blades under the shoulders, look to the sternum. Press the balls of the feet down, spread the mat with your heels, tuck your tailbone. Stay here or bend the elbows and place the hips onto the palms. Drop the tongue, easy breathing. Stay here or come to the full back arch, hands by the ears, breathe in to lift up. Look to the top of your eyes, spread the mat with your heels. Tuck the chin, breathe out, lower down. Flex the wrists, turn the shoulders in. Keep the back of the lower back flat on the ground. Tuck the tailbone. Hug the knees towards the chest. Keep the head on the ground or pull the head towards the knees. Lower the legs. Stay in this easy winter leaving pose so the legs come up, or we're going to go to a half shoulder stand. We're not doing the full shoulder stand today. It's just half. So most of the weight is on my elbows, legs to the sky. You can bend the knees if that's more comfortable. Just experience this inversion as blood flows into your chest. The blood pressure around your heart increases, which causes your arteries to dilate, which then sends more blood to your brain, which then lowers your heart rate. Increasing the pressure around your heart will actually lower your heart rate in an inversion. Press the hands into the ground, lower with control. Keep the head squeezing to the knees, pull the knees, and then take the feet towards the ground while you hold your shins. This brings you to a half sit-up. Either pull yourself up or let go of the shins, keep the hands hovering. Begin to straighten the legs, and that pulls you up to seated. Grab hold of the heels, the shins, or the feet. Bend the knees if you must. Breathe in to lengthen the spine. Breathe out, fold. Tuck the tailbone. Pull the tailbone towards your ankles. Gently pull the armpits down and forward. Soft breathing, soft face. Breathe in, look up. On the next in-breath, bring the right foot towards the left inner thigh and drop the leg to the side. The Janusirsasana, or the head to knee pose. Grab the foot or the ankle or the ground. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, fold. Pull with your belly more than your arms. Pull the armpits down and forward. Press the right knee down, press the right hip down. Long neck, drop your tongue. Breathe in, look up. Hold the left ankle with your right hand and take it across over top of the right leg. Here we're doing spinal twist, Ardha Matyendra Asana. Remember, in the twist, lift the left ear, tuck the chin. If you want to go over the leg, that's okay, or hold. If you want to try a bind, I don't recommend that, but if you like that, go for it. Grab the foot of the ankle, look more to the left side of your optical range, all the way. Use the eyes to continue to stretch. Push the feet down to raise the spine. Keep the twist, but look forward. Breathe Breathe out, release. Leg straight forward. Breathe in, left foot to the right inner thigh, drop the knee down. Breathe in again to straighten the spine for Janusirsasana. Exhale, forward. Push the left hip down. Tuck the right hip towards the right heel. Pull the armpits down and forward. Soft, gentle breathing. Breathe in, look up and forward. Hold the right ankle and breathe out as you cross it over the left knee. Point the left foot. Twist to the right, whatever the same variations you did on the first side. Lift the right ear, gently tuck the chin. Push the feet down to lengthen the spine. Put a little smile on your face and soften your eyes. Keep the twist, but look forward. Breathe in. Breathe out, release. Typically in the Bikram sequence, there's a closing Kapalabhati breath that they do in kind of a Virasana hero variation. You can go to hero, or if you have a lotus, you can go to your lotus pose. You can go to just a cross-legged pose, or the Virasana would be on the knees. Start by fingertips reach to the shoulders, elbows out. Breathe out, twist to the right. Look to the right, lift the right ear. Look forward. Breathe in, fingertips to the shoulders. Breathe out, twist to the left. Look to the left. Breathe in, look forward. And rest. Kapalabhati is a bursting breath. I have several videos on my YouTube about Kapalabhati, and in the Silent Flute program, I'm going way deeper into it. There's a lot to take advantage from Kapalabhati. It's a bursting breath. We'll do 2 sets, and the first one I'll just briefly cover is it's a belly expulsion. The force of the belly muscles expels the air through the mouth or the nose, whichever you prefer. When you've done enough repetitions, then you inhale and hold. So go ahead and do 10 bursting breaths and then inhale and hold for as long as comfortable. We'll do one more. If you did it through the nose, maybe try it through the mouth or vice versa. Explore what the difference does to your system. And when you hold the in-breath, it's very useful to tuck the chin because there's an excess pressure in the torso that we don't want going up into the head cavities. So tucking the chin helps to keep that pressure down into the torso. Maybe try more bursting. You can do 20. Sometimes I do 200. So anywhere, just whatever your capacity is, burst the breath out. The inhale is just a reflex. Allow some air to come in, but don't pull air in. Just push it out. And do 10 to 20 bursts, and then inhale and hold for as long as comfortable. And then I'll close with the Shavasana. rest. This was a gentle sequence. We did not push very hard, and I encouraged you to breathe not a whole lot. So Shavasana may not be required. Shavasana is, first of all, what most people call Shavasana is not really Shavasana. Shavasana is an active pose, so what you're really doing is just laying down and taking rest. And that is to balance the heavy breathing that you did during the practice. It allows your body to calm and the nervous system to calm before going about your day. If you were to just go right into your day, it may be agitating, you may be sensitive because you were breathing so much during your yoga practice. Because you, watching this video, now know that breathing less acidifies the blood and it calms the system, that you may not actually need a resting pose. Now is a very good time to just sit and meditate. Or if you don't know meditation, or if that's not something you want to do, just sit calm and relax for a few minutes. Reward yourself. Appreciate yourself for this effort. This was not easy. It was gentle yoga, but it's not easy. And it's certainly not easy to turn on YouTube and watch somebody tell you how to do things. So I greatly appreciate you viewing, and I hope you got a lot out of this. I'm coming out with a product on Valentine's Day called Unbound Love that will have a yoga sequence plus many explanations of why things work. You won't find this knowledge elsewhere. I study very hard, and I've compiled a lot of information. So if you're interested in that, you go to knifelim.com. And other than that, please donate if you found this video helpful. This is now a donation channel, and your donations are greatly appreciated. Or share the video on social media. That's just as good as money. For right now, think of 3 to 5 things that you can appreciate about yourself in this yoga practice specifically. 3 to 5 things that you did in this class that you can give yourself a little pat on the back. For example, one for me was I lost balance in toe balance, but I didn't lose composure. It was just another posture, and I was very proud of myself for that. It's just a little thing. Stack 3 to 5 of those things before we close out the video. And I'll come back and see if there's any comments. Otherwise, you can always comment afterwards and I'll reply. 3 to 5 self-appreciations. Hell yeah, Houston looking beautiful. All right, namaste everyone. Take rest or take meditation. Bye-bye.